Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to the internet's favorite show about plastic surgery, health, and beauty. This is Nip Talk, and we got a good one for you today. First off, breast asymmetry, why we call breasts sisters, not twins. Then, a new study out about how even brief exercise can protect your heart and keep you from having a stroke. And finally, Sarah's going to tell us exactly what we need to know about fall fashion. I can't wait for that. It's coming up right now.
Live from Lincoln Center in the heart of the Dallas Metroplex, this is Nip Talk, an honest and uncensored show about plastic surgery, health, beauty, and lifestyle with your host, plastic surgeon Dr. Bruce Hermann, and your co-host, entrepreneur and social media influencer Sarah Bennett. Now it's time to discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of the topics everyone is talking about. It's time for Nip Talk.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. I am your host, plastic surgeon Dr. Bruce Hermann, and with me as always is the wonderful Sarah.
Howdy.
And Travis, you out there in the box, buddy?
I am.
How you doing, man? You do good?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Just enjoying Friday. I love Fridays. Get to do the show. It's the end. It's ready for the weekend.
It's a good bow on the week, right?
It is. Now, Sarah, I understand you're going camping this weekend with your daughter?
Yes. I'm like, which weekend? I'm going camping 2 weekends. One weekend I'm taking her to go see like my sisters, and then we're going to pumpkin patch, and then I'm going to take her camping in that weekend.
Now, when you camp, are you in the tent, or is this like glamping?
No, I'm in a tent.
You're in a tent?
Yeah, I'm taking my 4Runner, and my 4Runner has a tent on top of it.
Oh, I've seen that actually.
Yeah, they're really great. The only downside is that like, if you have to like travel anywhere to enjoy like whatever camping is like, or whatever activities are available like in that camping area, you have to like put your campsite back together. So what I usually do.
Wait, so the tent stays on top of your car?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's what. So usually it's better if you go camping with like a bunch of people. If you plan to do like all these activities that are like spread out, maybe. But like, so on Sunday I'm taking her, and so we're gonna do our activities on Sunday, and then I'll set the camp up like before it gets dark.
Gotcha.
And I won't have to touch it again. But yeah, I usually go camping with like other people that have normal setups. But
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I camped a lot when I was younger because it was something you can do. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and you get out there and have a good time. And I liked fishing and all that. But then I got married, and my wife absolutely hates camping.
No.
Yeah, so I don't really camp that much anymore. Every once in a while, I'll take like my kids, and sometimes we'll do like the meteor showers and go camp out like somewhere when it's one of the two big meteor showers in August or December.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't camp as much as I used to. It's kind of a bummer. I actually really enjoyed it. But I don't want to drag my wife out there.
We should just go glamping.
Glamping? Yeah.
And I've been to like one of those nice like mansion style like cabins in Beaver Bend.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. That's not even camping. That's just staying in like.
Yeah, it is. It's just like staying in a really nice, very wooded house.
Travis, you a camper?
No, absolutely not.
Have you ever been camping?
Absolutely not.
Never?
No, I've never been camping.
Man, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think that I would like be comfortable. Like, it's just not my scene. You know how you just know things aren't for you?
Yeah.
I think camping is just not for me.
I do know, man. Yeah, I get that. I mean, there are certain things I'm like, would you like?
I just like, sometimes when I go outside, it's like I can start smelling like the different, like last night whenever me and Avery were out like side, I could smell like fall was coming.
Yeah. Now
there was like something in the air, and I was like, it smells like fall. Like it just like smelled like it smelled like colder weather was coming.
So I do get that because I enjoy that, like when I'm either riding my motorcycle, like just like the smells of the countryside, or running too. I really do enjoy that. So yeah,
a good campfire smell too.
Oh yeah. Now I guess we do have like one of those fire pits. Does that count as camping if I make a fire in my backyard and sit out there with a beer?
As much as your wife is willing.
I know, right?
S'mores and then watching a movie inside.
Yep, and then going inside. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, cool. You guys have a great time. Be careful.
Yes.
And I can't wait to hear about your trip.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Awesome. All right, so I got some pretty good topics today. Of course, I always sometimes will get topics from conversations I have in my office because patients will bring up things, and I'm like, oh, that's a great question, and something that, as somebody who does this and has been doing now for a couple decades, like you kind of forget what's common knowledge and what's, not common knowledge. And so I was talking to a patient the other day that came in. She came in for a breast issue, and she was really, kind of, I don't want to say like embarrassed, but she was just like, I have this one breast that looks different, and like I'm, kind of self-conscious about it. And so I told her, I was like, that's a really common thing. And she almost like she, didn't realize how
She's probably never talked about it to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I get that a lot of people maybe talk about that kind of stuff, but then other people are more modest and they don't want to talk about it. And so I told her like that, breast asymmetry is completely normal. In fact, when I'm doing exams, I will, often make a big deal about if somebody has perfectly symmetric breasts. So I just want to talk about breast asymmetry and the ways that breasts can be asymmetric and what that means, and if it's, something that's concerning, and also if it's something that, you want to get fixed, what would you do to go about that? Mm-hmm. So I assume that you knew that like breasts are asymmetric. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do know that. And so,
I mean, I feel like that's like with any part of your body. Like my right arm is bigger than my left arm. My right leg is chunkier than my left leg, but it's because of like muscle, and this side of my body is just stronger.
Right. Yeah, people sometimes get this idea that our bodies are symmetric, and it's really not true. In fact, there's a really interesting exercise where you can look at yourself in a mirror, where you're looking at a mirror like this, and there's another mirror like that. So what you see is a true mirror image of your face.
Yeah, like how other people see you.
No, not like in the mirror, but like, so it'd like be like your left side of your face, but then the right side would be your left side just flipped.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's on TikTok.
Oh, can you do that on TikTok? Oh, I've never done that. Yeah, I'm sure my daughter knows how to do that.
They're like try to see which side of your face is like the prettiest.
Yes. Yeah. And so you take a picture of like the left side of your face reversed, and then you do your right side, and you kind of look like a different person.
Yeah.
Because your sides are not totally symmetric, even on your face.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's actually really normal for women to have one breast that's different. In fact, I looked up a bunch of research papers on this, and kind of the average is that it's around 88%, or just under 9 out of 10 women have at least one asymmetry of the breast. Now, there's of course multiple ways that the breast can be asymmetric. One of the most common is size. It's really common for a woman to have one breast that's like slightly larger, and this is something I see all the time because I do implants, and the way it kind of comes into my thought process is, does this patient need the same size implants, or do they need one implant that's bigger on one side to compensate for a smaller breast? And then also going the other direction when we do reductions, am I reducing this one by 400 grams and this one by 450 to match them? And so, I'm always thinking about that as far as the size. Next would be the shape.
Yeah.
It's very common, especially after women breastfeed, for one breast, maybe that was the preferred breast of the child, and they have a little bit more sag to it because of differences in how full they get with milk and whatnot. And then lastly is just the overall position of the breast. So we have this thing called the inframammary fold, which is basically where the base of your breast is. And it's really common for one to be, a centimeter or two, different than the other side. Mm-hmm. And so, sometimes people ask me, so like, what is too much when it comes to asymmetry for breasts? Because this is what I do. I do tons of breast surgery and, fixing breast problems. So, it is subjective, like what you would consider too much asymmetry. In my opinion, it's okay if breasts look noticeably different from one side to the other, as long as both breasts look okay, and it's not that they're so different it's distracting.
Yeah.
If it's one thing where you're like, okay, that one's a little bit different than the other, fine. That's really, really common. But like, so for example, if somebody had like a B cup on one side and a D cup on the other, well then obviously that becomes a little bit more of an issue, just like even wearing bras or wearing clothes. And so, like I said, it's normal to have a little bit of asymmetry. And when I talk to patients about having surgery, when we're doing augmentations or we're doing lifts or we're doing reductions, one thing I always tell patients is, don't get hung up on things have to be mirror image perfect. Ultimately that's your goal when you're doing these type of surgeries, to make things look perfectly symmetric. But realistically, you're taking two structures that almost always never look the same, and you're changing their shape and their position and their size, and you're trying to make them look exactly the same, mirror image of each other. And yeah, a lot of times, I can pull that off, more times than not, but sometimes you just can't make them perfect. And so you want to make sure that people are just realistic that, hey, it's okay if one breast looks a little bit different than the other. But, as far as like fixing those things, it's really common for me, size-wise. A lot of times we do that with either when we're doing reductions or when we're doing augmentations. It's really easy to add or take off a little bit more from one side to the other.
Yeah, I found my little implant card in
Are yours
my
the
old
same?
purses. And no, they have 2 different sizes.
Do they? Were they off by a little or a lot?
I don't remember.
This is too personal. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
I don't remember. I need to send
Sometimes
you the
I
little
forget
card.
myself. Apologies.
I need to send you the picture of the little card because it even says like my doctor's name on it because I always forget who he is.
Yeah, I can
I'm sure
tell you
he's
information
retired
about
now.
it.
He was old when
They used to have those little things. They were almost like code. Like it would have like all these numbers, and if you just didn't know,
It has like a serial numbers.
right? Yeah, serial and not numbers. But yeah, like the identifying stuff was almost hieroglyphics, and they made them a little bit more simplified more recently. But yeah, I can tell you about them. But yeah, you can definitely add size or take away more if you're doing the other direction, a reduction. For shape, usually that involves a lift. If you get one side that's drooping and the other's either maybe slightly drooping or not, you can do a lift on one or both to correct that, and that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said yeah.
Yeah. The one that's kind of hard to do sometimes is position. So there's a lot of asymmetry in the chest wall of women. Like ideally, you'd like the breast to be facing forward, but it's really common for women to have what I call a canted chest, or almost like a pigeon chest. I mean, the big deformities be like a pectus carinum, where the chest is like this instead of flat, and so you'll get like breast facing like out a little bit. That one gets really, really hard to correct because the whole base of the breast is on basically a slope instead of being flat. So if people have that, I say, look, that's a natural variant. It's nothing bad. It just is what it is. And just make them aware of that it's a normal thing. If the breasts are off a little bit, like up and down, that's usually correctable if you're either doing implants or like a lift reduction. You can sometimes make the one that's a little bit, if it's implants, make the ones a little higher down further, or vice versa. If you're lifting, you can lift the other one up a little bit more. The one that you can't really fix that some people often will ask me about is when the breasts sit far apart like this. So we call that the intermammary distance. Most women prefer breasts to be pretty close in the center because it makes that image of cleavage, and so when you wear your bathing suit or your dresses, like you have that just kind of nice shape. But some women naturally their breasts sit further apart, and it's really hard to try to force the breasts inward. I mean, you can kind of get away with it by using bigger implants to kind of make the whole breast base be larger so it moves them in a little bit. But you can't really change the base of your breast. If your breasts sit out like this, if you try to like force them inward, what happens is usually the nipples will end up being a little wonky. So I just won't even do that. If the breast is still a bit far apart, they just still a bit far apart. But yeah, there's a lot of like just normal, variances that happen that we consider normal. And then there are ones that are more like congenital, like things like hypomastia, where one breast develops normally and the other doesn't. That can make them, pretty different. Those become a little bit more challenging to make perfectly identical. I did one the other day that was a tubular breast. I don't know if you've ever heard of tubular breast. So tubular breast is where the breasts are like very kind of narrow and almost like torpedo-like. And they look really kind of off because they're never the same. And those are probably some of the hardest ones to correct. They're correctable, but it's really hard to make them just look perfect. So when I see those patients, I'm always like, hey, this is like a really kind of unusual variant. I do lots of these surgeries, but just be aware that it's super hard to make these look perfect. But most people, when they go from something that's so far away from what they want to something that's pretty close, they're like, I love it. So, but yeah, breast asymmetry, normal stuff. So if you have asymmetric breasts, then actually you're more normal than abnormal.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I do.
Yeah, pretty common. So, all right. Well, if you have any questions about breast symmetry or anything involved with that, please leave us a comment. I'd like to hear about it and answer your questions. Also, leave us a like, and also subscriptions help us a great deal. Moving on to a health topic, which I've told you, I think a couple times I've been out there working out again, running, trying to get in shape. I'm getting up there, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I want to talk about, there was a study that came out, and this study is about how brief moments of exercise can actually be pretty protective for your heart as well as your chance of having a stroke.
Okay.
You know, I know you're a workout queen and you work out all the time, but us mere mortals like me and Travis. Sorry, I have a friend Travis named Travis and I didn't forget your name after over a year and a half, I promise. But yeah, mere mortals like me and Travis, like sometimes can't always hit that gym all the time.
Of course.
And so, you know, you might wonder, is it even worth me doing anything, right? You know, because if I can't dedicate an hour to the gym, is it worth my while to do a little bit of exercise? And there actually is a study that just came out from The Lancet, which is one of the big journals over in the UK, that looked at this exact thing. And so this is a pretty big study. You know, I like big studies. I always talk about a study is good if it has a lot of people. And here's the information on it if you want to look it up. But we'll kind of hit the highlights here. So this study looked at 26,000 people over the course of 8 years. So I like that. It's a big number of people. You don't want to see a study that's like 8 people over the course of 2 weeks. That doesn't really help you.
No.
You need like a big number. You need to follow them for a long.
They kept 26,000 people.
That's a good one.
They kept it over 8 years?
Yes.
Same amount? Nice.
Now what happens is a lot of these studies, when they're that big, it may start with like 50,000.
Oh, okay.
But only 26,000 continued to turn in the data. Yeah,
Okay.
right. That how much? What was the study we talked about a couple weeks ago?
I don't remember the exact one, but I remember
We talked about the study, and it started with something like 500,000 and ended with 200,000. Oh, it was about the diets. How to avoid midlife weight gain. Yep. That was a good one. So this one started out with, I'm not sure how many started out with, but it ended with 26,000 over 8 years. It excluded people who exercised. If you exercise, you're out of this.
Okay.
So it only looked at people who said that they didn't exercise. And the basis of this study was that those people who had brief bursts of activity, we're talking 1 to 5 minutes, okay, even once or maybe multiple times per day, had a decreased risk of heart attack and stroke by 30 to 45% versus those who didn't. That's pretty crazy.
That's a big jump.
That's a big jump, right? And so, I mean, that kind of blew my mind because I assumed incorrectly that in order to get that much protective value for heart attack and stroke, that you'd have to really kind of
endurance.
Right, you'd have to be doing some serious cardio, right? Yeah. Well, that's not true according to this study from The Lancet. So the next big question is, you know, okay, well, what exactly did they qualify at? If these people aren't exercising, what is it that they did that
just like walking up the stairs?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it was brisk walking.
Yeah.
So like if somebody, like say for example, you know, you went to the park and you walked around the park, that would count. Using stairs, that was another big one. Energetic play with like either kids or pets counted. I do that. I go out and I fart around my dogs and throw the ball and kind of jog after them. Like that would count. Like doing like just like lightweight stuff, like lifting, not necessarily like lifting weights like for the purpose of lifting weights, but people might be working in their garden.
Yep.
You know, using a wheelbarrow or, you know, just doing like little maintenance stuff, that counts. And then the other one that they said had a pretty big number was dancing.
Yeah.
You know, like you can cut a rug. I've seen you dance, you know that.
Like
Vinyl Lounge, remember?
Oh yeah, you can get
you can burn some. Oh, totally, man. You can really get some calories. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really interesting thing because, you know, I mean, when you think about what kills, you know, a lot of people, obviously cancer's up there, but like heart attack is number one. Yeah. You know, stroke, I can't remember, you guys probably tell me, so we did a segment about it. It's like 3 or 4.
It's up there.
And so to decrease your risk of heart attack and stroke by not quite 50%, by just doing small amounts of brief activity.
Yeah, that's where that like whole like push to like not take the elevator or an escalator, like take the stairs. That's where that
right. It's
like, like people just do that, and like anytime
it makes a huge difference.
Get a chance to not like take the easy way out.
Yes.
Like, do it.
So fun fact, we have like a water challenge going on in the office right now.
A water?
A water challenge. So you just drink as much water pretty
That's
much
good.
as you can, but not like, dangerous amounts of water.
Right.
But a lot of my coworkers, they
maximum.
actually take the stairs to go to the restroom.
Oh, okay.
Instead of like using the elevators, they would actually just take
Oh,
the
that's
stairs.
good.
Absolutely.
I took Avery to Great Wolf Lodge,
Yeah.
and on each, they have this like scavenger hunt.
Oh, right. Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
run around the whole place. Yeah.
Yes, up and down the stairs. I was like, what? Avery's like, we got to find the rest of them. I'm like, God, can we like, I need to get a wine cooler and sit down in the
You earned it.
yeah, and sit down in the stairwell.
How fun. Well, and the other thing, too, when I was reading about this, it totally reminds me of the segment that we did about how just taking extra steps helps you to not gain weight. Mm-hmm. That kind of reinforced that. And of course, this study is not looking at weight, it's looking at heart health and risk of stroke, but
Yeah.
they're all intertwined.
For sure.
And so, you can kill a bunch of birds with one stone just by taking some extra steps.
Yeah.
You can make sure your weight's maintained or lose weight, and then also, make sure that you're healthier, your heart's healthy, and your brain's healthy.
Yeah, there's when I worked at American Heart Association, like actually in their building, their headquarters, they had like a walking trail. So like if you
nice.
started getting kind of like antsy or something, or maybe you just wanted to read emails on your phone
Yeah.
while you're walking instead of
Yes.
just in your cubicle, they had like a little like
How fun.
trail you could go on. So it'd like little stickers that would have like hearts on them and then like a number next to them. So you could like track them to
Right.
see how far you went. So it's like if
Awesome.
you got to number 10, then you went however many miles or meters or whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
I was like, I wonder what they would have done if I was just like running, like going for my like daily jog or something in there. That'd have been awkward.
Well, you kill a few birds with one stone, get your exercise in while you're at work.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, I always enjoyed that. I did it quite a bit, especially when I was pregnant,
Yeah.
to
That's
walk
smart.
around.
Excellent. All right, so if you want to stay healthy, you want to keep your heart in good shape, cut down your risk of stroke, brief exercise, just a few minutes, a couple times a day makes a big difference, according to a study from the Lancet. So leave us a comment if you have any questions about that. We'd love to hear from you. So,
Yeah.
all right, Sarah, I think you're up.
It's my turn. Yeah, I have
you're
to turn my head so I can see the.
You're going to talk about fall fashion.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right?
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole I spy that fashion trend, or what's the fashion trend?
Oh, Travis, are you ready,
thing.
buddy?
So yeah, so
think so.
this is all.
think
These
so.
are fall. But also this is like my process whenever I'm actually picking out clothes
Right.
for my little boutique online.
Okay.
So I have to first figure out the color palette. So Travis, could you put up the color palette? So these are the color palettes or colors of fall
For this year? Or just in general? Or this
for
is
this year, for this season.
for this
that we're in.
season? Okay.
So I kind of picked more for whenever I was doing my kind of brainstorming for my collection that I did at my store. I picked more of the traditional colors.
Okay.
I like to pick the more lighter
So it's like
colors.
more like earthy tones?
Yeah, I like to
Okay.
pick more of the lighter colors when it gets cooler, like really cold.
Okay.
Because that kind of makes me think of like more of the pastels. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways, these are the colors, and I definitely, you can see them all through the trends that I'm going to show you.
Okay.
So let's spot that trend.
All right.
Next thing. Okay. What trend do you think this is?
Is it, I mean, it's coats, obviously.
Coats. Yeah. What is the fabric of the coats?
Leather jacket, leather like coats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So leather is definitely a trend, obviously, because that's like
Yeah.
the thing. But more importantly, it's more about like at least 2 pieces of your outfit are supposed to be leather. So it's like that leather set. So you could do like a leather jacket, leather pants, a leather jacket, leather purse, leather
Okay, so
boots,
even
like stuff
accessories.
that's like,
Okay.
yeah, it needs to be all leather.
Got
Like,
it.
At least 2 for you to have that trend. But like there have been stuff on the runway where it's like a leather waistcoat, leather pants, leather jacket, leather boots, like everything.
Leather.
Yeah, leather on
Got it.
leather. Loves it. Okay. Oh wait, these are 2 combined, it looks like.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let me see.
We got technical difficulties, problems
yeah.
in the box.
There we go.
There
we go.
Okay, so what's this trend? Obviously, these are from the runway, especially that girl in the purple. That's very different.
Is that sweaters?
Yes, but what type of sweaters?
Cashmere?
Well, cardigans.
Oh,
Just like your
cardigans.
typical
Nice.
cardigans. Yeah. Like your
Sorry, Charles, let me steer your thunder.
No, you were good.
your typical like just cardigans are in
Yeah.
right now. Obviously, I would not be wearing that purple situation, but definitely
Is that like a one-piece sweater?
It looks like she's wearing like
Tights?
like a sweater undies within her,
Sweater undies. I think
Yeah.
you have something new. I've never heard
and
of
then
sweater
like
undies.
and then like pantyhose on top of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm digging that look. The other two I can
It's
get
not
behind.
mine.
I
Yeah.
do like a good cardigan though. Like
Yeah,
I
like
do.
even for these trends for men, a good like grandpa style cardigan for fall, definitely a must. And even like a leather jacket, if any of y'all have leather jackets, definitely a thing.
I wear leather motorcycle jacket all the time.
Yeah, leather jackets, bomber jackets. Like
Yeah.
it's a bomber jacket, right?
No, it's a motorcycle jacket.
Oh, okay.
It's got like the buckles and stuff.
Oh, yeah, like a yeah. I call them moto jackets.
Yeah.
Moto.
This one's, yeah. I think
Yeah.
you've seen it. I'll wear it up there soon.
Okay. Anyways, next trend
Ooh.
was spot that trend.
I know it, Charles, but I'm going to let you answer because I feel like I've been.
Is this one like the collars?
Close.
The shirt basically.
Yes.
So like the business casual shirt.
Yes, so like
Nice.
obviously this is a simple
Charles.
thing to have. It's just a white button up. But apparently it was all over the runway for fall and
Yeah.
winter. So it's just like how can you make something like super simple like a white button up like your own. So
Yeah.
you can wear it different ways. You can
Like
wear
wear
it
a
with
jacket over it or type of pants.
It's
you
just
wear.
bringing back the classics, like with the cardigan. That's like a classic thing.
I do like the one at the very bottom, the girl with the, I think it's a purse or whatever, like with
Mm-hmm.
the strap on her arm. I do like those. They don't have like the big collars, but they're
Oh,
still
yeah,
like,
yeah.
kind of clean.
Yes.
It's almost like a tuxedo shirt, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I do have one of those, but I have one it's in black. I wear it sometimes under that fancy red jacket I have.
Oh, those are nice. Yeah, those are nice.
Cute. Okay, what's this trend?
Ooh, it's sheer.
Yeah.
Dude, are you not proud of me and Travis? We're like stereo.
Because y'all
Sheer,
have seen this
sheer.
before.
Huh? Oh.
Y'all have seen it before, I think. Y'all have seen
Yeah,
not
we
this
have.
picture, but I've talked about it before.
Dude, I love those
but
outfits.
not just like the mesh sheer, but also like lace sheer.
I mean,
is
I'm gonna have
also
to
in
say,
as well.
like, I love those outfits, but yeah, I think if I bought my wife that, she probably wouldn't wear it. Which she could totally pull it off too, but she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't think so. But I think they look awesome.
Yeah.
That-
they're
especially
cute.
the one in
There's
the middle.
definitely a way to wear them without being like so revealing too.
Yeah, like the one in the middle is kind of, or maybe it's just the way the picture is. It's sheer, but it's like,
Yeah, that's Kendall Jenner.
oh, is it? Oh, it is. I didn't realize that.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think those are cool.
Okay, next trend.
Ooh, look at those jackets.
What's this? What is that?
I don't know the name, but it's like the jackets with the
Fuzzy.
fuzzy on it.
Yeah, it's shearling.
What's it called?
Shearling.
Shearling.
Shearling, yeah.
Shearling. I did not know that name.
Yeah, so it's like the
I love that jacket on the left.
yeah, it's like the stuff
Shearling.
that's on, a sheep.
Do
I
you have a-
see Doja
Surely.
Cat wear these a lot.
Doja.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I see Doja Cat wear
Yeah.
these a lot.
Do
Especially
you have
the one on the far
a
left.
Do you have a jacket like that, Charles?
I do not. I've always wanted one like that, but a jean jacket.
Oh, I know
yeah.
exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about, man.
y'all can like these are not just trends for girls. So good looking out,
Absolutely.
Elvis.
Absolutely.
So
I like those.
yeah, I don't know if any of y'all would wear sheer tops though.
Yeah, I'm probably
To the
not
club?
gonna
I think
wear-
Dr. Hermann
You wouldn't
could
wear
pull
a
it off.
sheer top to the club?
Maybe.
Or
I mean,
he could wear a sheer OR.
Like, have y'all ever
Sheer
seen Night
scrubs.
at the Roxbury? Night at the Roxbury, the shorter one, Chris Kattan. He wears a sheer black button-up shirt to one of the clubs.
I'll go look for. If I
You
got
did
in
that.
a little bit better shape, I might do that. A little bit better shape. But like,
Okay.
I'm not ruling it out. But it's a solid maybe.
Yeah. Sure. Okay,
I'm gonna wear one to here just to prove you wrong.
do it. I dare you.
Okay, fine.
I'll wear my sheer stuff. Okay. What's this trend spot?
It's
Oh,
skirts.
Yeah.
It's a skirt, but do you know like what type of skirt it would be?
Pleated.
Flare out.
A what?
I said pleated. He said flare out.
Okay, close. They're called circle skirts.
Oh.
So they're like the skirts that when you think about when you're like when I was a little girl, they're like the skirts or dresses that when you spin, they make the best spins.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Sure, I can definitely see that with these.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's like an ode to the 1950s. So, like, think Lucy
Right.
Ball.
Yeah, like the poodle
Lucille.
skirts.
Yeah.
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 Got it.
Yeah. So those
those
are
are
really
back, huh?
popular, and they need to be like midi, so you can wear all of your boots and your cool shoes with them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I don't think this trend is for me because I'm really short, so this type of a midi skirt on me looks kind
Right.
of silly.
Got it. Yeah,
I did buy a midi dress and I wore that and it was cute, but
Oh.
it was hard for me to pull it off because I just didn't look right in it for some reason. But everybody thought it was cute, but I don't know. Anyways, next. Oh, this is the one that was like on top.
Tight competition.
Well, you could probably guess what it is.
Tight fitting clothes.
Close. What are they?
Tights?
What specifically are they wearing that you would say is that? Like, look up their legs, maybe.
Like their tights.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
They got cool. They got different tights. So one of them has like bright red fishnets, and then other ones are like
Right.
lace. They got
Yeah.
just like fun
Nice.
colors or designs on them. Those are gonna be in style this fall.
Excellent.
Next, and then this
Oh
one.
yeah, like swaddling clothes almost.
blankets.
Yeah, security blankets. So it's like
Good
those
job,
big.
clothes.
Yeah, just pay attention to the words at the top. But these are just straight up big oversized scarves.
What if I got like a snuggie? Could I like do a snuggie over the shoulder, but like halfway?
Yeah,
Do it like that?
I think so. I
Dude,
think
Travis, I want to see you wearing a snuggie.
I have
like
a-
man.
I have a
wanna see that.
snuggie.
I'll wear my sheer and you wear a snuggie,
I
dude.
got you.
We'll
I-
shut that place down.
I have a snuggie and it's lined with the shirling stuff.
Oh,
So
really?
a
Oh my
double, yeah.
That's dope.
Oh my
And
god.
it's purple. Okay,
Ooh,
and then this
yeah.
one.
Yeah, power suits, right?
Yeah, so like anything that's like a very masculine look to it.
Yeah, that's cool. I do like that. Like, you know, when you have girls wear those power suits, I think that looks cool. It's just
Yeah.
different. You don't expect it. You're like, oh
She
wow.
looks like one of them looks like she's straight up Men in Black.
It looks like the girls from
about
that
to go find some
Robert
aliens.
Palmer
What?
video. You know, when they're in the background. Dun, 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 dun. Never mind. Keep going. I'm throwing this off. Derailing the conversation. My bad.
Okay, and then this one is guess this trend.
Fuzzy clothes.
Yeah, well they call it hot fuzz, and it's just anything with any type of fur on it. So like it could be like a fur purse, shoes with fur details, your jackets with fur
Okay.
details, like any of that stuff.
I like
Some
the
of them
I like
have
the
purses.
Dalmatian coat.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I like that one too.
What do
Oh,
y'all think
hoods
about
are
this
in.
one? Yeah. Hoods.
Now, are
So
those-
anything hoods. So it's really popular right now to wear a hoodie with a blazer. Very
so
popular.
like wear the hoodie and then the blazer over it. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I
Yeah,
never
so
thought
it's
that.
like that's like a style, and then just like any jacket or anything that has a hood on
Yeah,
it.
that one in the
is-
bottom left looks like a jacket with a hood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is shacket? Isn't that how you call it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do like a good shacket.
I have
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have a good shacket. I think I may have bought it at your place.
Probably. I used to buy them all the time. I bought one this season too.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, and then this is my stuff. So obviously you
That's
can
you.
kind of see, yeah, that's me. You can kind of see the trends, especially in the colors
Yeah, definitely.
this fall. So, and then I have like a structured suit too. So
Awesome.
yeah, so this was like the first little collection that I put out this past month. And I definitely obviously looked at like all of the colors. Because in Texas it's still kind of warm, so I
Right.
tried to keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like,
we don't
I
get
want
like
to
a
wear
great
this.
fall here, like
No.
some you do up north.
Yeah.
I love brown. Like
Earth tones?
yeah, like brown.
I do too.
I love that color. Like,
Yeah.
It's a really dope color.
I'm with you
Yeah.
on that, Travis.
And then this is like my part 2. So I definitely just brought in some more. Like there's the sheer top.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
This is
green.
just stuff I was wearing. Like
Green
I want to
color.
wear. Yeah, I love green for fall.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think I don't know. Because sometimes it's like, it goes away
Right.
in
So you wanna see
the
some green.
environment. Yeah.
It definitely went away this summer. Everything around my house is like
Yeah, everything's not green because it's dead, not because of the
Everything died this
cold.
summer. It was like the worst summer ever.
Everything died this summer.
yeah.
It was bad. It was like we were on
The
the
devil
surface of the
came
sun.
to
Yeah.
Texas.
The heat was
Burned
definitely
it
in full
down.
Ooh.
effect. Definitely in full effect.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much. I love your fashion segments because I'm this closet fashion lover, honestly. I mean, not even a closet. I just like am open about it. Like,
Yeah.
I love to see all that stuff and see what's kind of in style.
We like it the clothes.
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking, I was like, geez, I wonder if I can run by North Park Mall on the way home and check out what's going on down there.
They put a Nordstrom's rack in Denton.
Did they really?
Yeah, it's about to open.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's one of my favorite stores.
Oh,
Besides,
me
like
too.
I like TJ Maxx, but I feel like
No,
you can always find
the rack
some.
is amazing.
Yeah, you can
I
find
love it.
some good stuff. I like their shoe section the best.
Totally. I got a pair of like really nice shoes that were at a rack one time. They were like Gucci. They were like nothing. Like they were so cheap.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I love it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that segment. Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in this week. We really do appreciate it. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what topics you want us to talk about. Leave us a like. Leave us a subscription. We'll see you next week on Nip Talk.